Hey, good morning guys, Dave Schmitz, ResistanceBandTraining.com. I've got some unique stretches today that I want to take you through to address anterior hip pain, anterior thigh pain, maybe due to a quad strain or a thigh strain, or potentially even anterior knee pain due to tightness through the anterior thigh. Now these stretches are not going to go ahead and address that area. What they're going to do is they're going to address opposite to that area, because very often the problem where the pain is at and where the problem's at is not where the issue's at. Very often the issue is on the opposite side. So I want to take you through some stretches on the opposite side that I think will help that anterior thigh. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me go ahead and take you through the stretches. Now I'm going to go ahead and shoot these from myself facing this way, because I want you to see how my involved side, in this case my left thigh and my left leg, how I'm going to keep that side stable while I'm stretching the opposite side. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, you want to go ahead, keep that foot nice and straight so that it can't compensate. Very often the thigh is either going to want to pop up as we stretch, or it's going to want to turn out. You want to put that foot tight against the wall and then go ahead and put the band onto the right foot. Now the first stretch we're going to work on is an anterior thigh stretch. We're going to take the foot out here, we're going to take the hand through the band, put it between our index finger and our thumb, and we're going to work on stretching out in this position and really opening up and stretching that groin out. Now one of the things you're going to notice is that as I take this down, this leg wants to pop up. Go ahead and keep it flat and just work at stretching out that groin in multiple ways. Now, if you want more tension on the band, just wrap it around your hand, go back around, and you can work at just lengthening out that anterior thigh, or excuse me, that medial thigh and groin area while this leg is staying flat down. We're going to free up that area, because if this area is tight, it's going to cause this area to go ahead and shorten, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to keep this here while I'm stretching out over here. The whole time you should not be experiencing any pain through this thigh while you're going through this anterior medial stretch. From there you can go up into more of a hamstring stretch. Again now, if the hamstring, specifically medial hamstring, is tight, what you're going to experience is, as you're stretching through this side, this leg is going to want to pop up. Go ahead, keep it flat down on the ground. If you need to move in a little bit further, grip down and press through. So that's the second stretch that you want to work at. And you can work at positioning that foot as high as you can relative to the other side. So sometimes I'll reach in here and I'll really work at pressing there, but in the meantime, keeping this thigh flat. The final stretch is this one here, where I'm going to go behind the head, lock out, and I'm going to either do a hip rotation stretch. Now in this case, very often the leg is going to want to turn out. Keep the foot in place, work at pulling the foot down and stretching the hip through. You can also go ahead and press across and make sure that we're really opening up that lateral hip, lateral hamstring, and hip rotation as we're pressing across in that fashion. So again, you can see how all three of those stretches are going to result in this leg wanting to compensate. Again, remember, it's not this leg that's the problem. It's the opposite side flexibility that's probably leading to a lot of the tightness that you're experiencing in this thigh. So attack the opposite side by going after that hamstring, that groin, that lateral hip and lateral hamstring, and really make sure you stretch that out well. Leave this area alone. Don't go after it real aggressively, especially if you've recently strained it or have some thigh pain or issues in that thigh due to an injury.